Hey everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very clean and simple baby card using the fantastic Bundle of Joy stamp set that was just released from Mint Owl Studio. Let me show you this uber cute stamp set. Isn't that the cutest? It has all these little animals wrapped up tight and swaddled. I love this stamp set. So I'm going to show you how to make a really quick and easy card. So let's get started. So today I'm using some Canson watercolor paper, and there's two sides to this, a rough side and a smooth side, and we're going to be working on the smooth side today. I'm also going to use some Brutus Monroe chalk ink. I love Brutus Monroe ink. If you guys have not heard me say it before, I'm going to tell you it is the best chalk ink out there. Alright, so let's get started. So I'm just going to take some of the ink and put it on my craft mat. And then I'm going to grab a number 6 watercoloring brush and just a little bit of water. I'm just going to spritz some water off to the side. And then I'm going to work it in to that gorgeous purple. And all I'm going to do is make a circle. I'm not trying to be perfect with it, because this is a pretty free-flowing card. I'm just adding some of that beautiful color down in the shape of a circle, because we're going to go ahead and put a wreath over this. So I'm just going to make sure I kind of get it even all the way around, and then I'm going to come back in and make sure it's big enough for my wreath, and that is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and heat set this because I want to make sure this is dry. Okay, now since that is dry, we can move on to our next step. I am going to get a towel though and wipe this up because I don't want any more of this to get on my card right now. Just going to clean that up a little bit. Alright, next I'm going to come back in with that wreath, and it's just going to fit perfectly on that circle. I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe detail ink. This is my absolute favorite ink. I really love the color of this one. And I'm going to bring in my Misty, because I'm going to double stamp this so I get a really great dark impression. So move my magnets into place and then set that up so it's right on that purple. Now my card is a little bit warped, but I'm not going to worry about that. So that's why I'm going to use my Misty so I can double stamp. So I'm going to get that ink on there, which is really, really nice and juicy. And I'm going to stamp it down. I really like, if I'm going to do something like this, to have a really large contrast. So I want that black to be really, really crisp. So if I missed any spots, I have a second opportunity to go back in and make sure I get the darkness that I want. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press that down, and 2 times should do it. Voila, easy, right? Alright, so let me move this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to put up my ink so we don't mess anything up. And I'm also going to heat set this because I want to make sure it's dry before we go on to our next step. Alright, now since that is done, I'm going to stamp a banner. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the banner from this stamp set. Oh, I need a bigger one. Alright, I'm also going to ink that up in a Brutus Monroe ink. This is Raven. And I'm going to end up fussy cutting this out. So I'm just going to press down so I can get a good impression. Alright, I'm going to use that ink one more time, just a little bit. And I'm going to bring in some of that purple right across the front of my card, just so that my banner and my card match each other. So I do want to make sure I get this ink off of my brush, because this ink will dry permanently, and I want to make sure it does not dry permanently on my brush. So I'm just going to clean my brush off, and then I'll clean the table part. Next I'm going to grab a sentiment, and I'm going to use the Welcome Baby. We're going to go ahead and put that right down in the center of our banner. Go ahead and pick that up. This block here is a Brutus and Monroe acrylic block. And we're going to use that Raven ink one more time. Just going to make sure I get it in the center. I'm going to press down firmly. Oh, look how pretty that looks. Really gorgeous, right? Alright, now I'm going to grab some scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this out. I'm just going to leave a little bit of a white border around. So I'm going to go ahead and take that all the way out. To me, the smaller amount of paper that you have, it's easier to fussy cut. So I'm going to go right in there. Now, if you wanted to, you could just leave the banner as is in a square and put it on your card. But I want this to go straight across my wreath. So if I fussy cut it, it's going to work a little bit better for me. So we are almost completed with this card, and as you can see, it didn't take us very long at all. I'm not a pro at fussy cutting, but I think I can do pretty good when it comes to smaller things, like this little banner. And I'm just trying to leave an even white border all the way around my banner. All right, almost to the end. I'm just going to chop off this side here. All right, now my banner can go straight across my card. Before I do that, I am going to come in with a little bit more ink and a smaller paintbrush. I want to put just a little bit of color in some of those larger flowers. So do a little bit of ink, and I could have did this all at once, but I wanted to wait to see how I was going to like my card. I'm going to spray a little bit of water up above, and I'm actually going to get this paper a little bit wet before I add in the ink. And it's just going to be a little bit darker than what's already there. Bring in a little bit of that color. And it's not too much difference, but it just gives it a little bit of a darker purple to kind of accent that lighter color. I'm going to finish up this one. Now, as you can see, it's not much difference, but it's just deep enough so you can kind of see there's a tad bit darker color in the flowers. Now I got to go ahead and heat set this one as well. Okay, can you see that? Very pretty. Again, I'm just going to wipe my mat down, and I'm also going to want to get that ink off of that brush. Alrighty, now I'm going to grab myself some foam tape. And I'm going to pop this on the back. Put one piece there, and then I can cut this one down. And I can add these right to the corners. Alrighty. So as you can see, it didn't take us very long at all to put this card together. Pop that down, and now I want to add some sequins. I'm going to bring in some purple sequins. And I'm just going to grab a few of them to pull my purple in. maybe 2 up here. Okay, I'm going to grab in some ink. I'm just going to place a little dab down. Go ahead and get my sequins on. Put those down right there. So you see how quick this card came together? No time flat. We have an adorable card. Slide that over. Grab my tweezers. Kind of push them a little bit closer to each other. Alright, so how perfect is that? Uber cute, right? So I'm going to take some foam tape and I'm going to rip off some pieces, just kind of measuring. I'm going to cut this down the center. Since this tape is pretty wide, I can use this for my entire card. That over. Put some there. Here. And let's turn this around and do there. All right, now I can go ahead and peel this off. And you know me, I like to put everything on a white card base. Use that white card base. Let me get my bone folder. Go ahead and fold that right in half. Alright. Then we can pop that right up on our card. So how easy was that? Let me show you another card that I did earlier, which I did it in the yellow. And I also did it in pink. So very easy and quick cards to put together. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you liked the video and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
For stopping by today, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. You can also find me right here on all my social media platforms. I will see you guys soon. Take care.